our community validation for the first cultural mapping project of the city of Baguio. Naibaga sama na namin at habang mga tayo, we are going to present to you first our natural heritage resources that were mapped in the city of Baguio. So, are you ready? Are you ready? Ready?
Yes.
Okay.
You're eating. That's right.
Alright, so first, I have a question first. So because we are in the city of Baguio, tinagat the city of Baguio. Alright, we start with Baguio. So, the very first thing that I'm going to show you is very critical. Because sa name pa lang, doon na ata galing yung name ng Baguio. So, may I? No? Alright, so first up will be the flora and natural resources, and first on our list will be, yes, marami. Alright, so first on our list is the Baguio, or the Baguio moss. So as we know, Baguio is an Ibalay word. It means the moss. No, ipagamot nga, Ibagyo, it means that taga Baguio or from Baguio. Alright? Yes, it is Baguio. So bakit moss? Okay, so bakit kaya? So in Ibagyo, we have here 4 significance. So on these 4 significance that you can read, are we going to agree that the Baguio moss is a cultural heritage of the city of Baguio?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Alright, so yes. So, yes. Now we're going to rate it for significance. Is it 5 or 1?
5.
Does everybody say 5?
5.
Let me see your hands. Okay, so thank you very much. Baguio moss is a cultural heritage of the city of Baguio. Thank you very much. Alright, next on our list is your very own pine tree. Or it is the Pinas Quezai, or cultivated pine, or the commonly known as the pine tree. Alright, so whenever people from the lowlands, or from other cities, other provinces come to Baguio, whenever they come here, they will always say, oh, let's go to Baguio because it's cool, because of the pine trees. And we are known to be the summer capital of the Philippines and the city of pines. So the city of pines we have here for significance. Are we going to say it is a cultural heritage of Baguio City?
Yes.
So how to rate it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5.
6. Yes. So yun,
10.
pwede naman yan, sir. Noted. Well noted. It is
10.
a very cultural heritage of Baguio. So thank you very much, everybody. Alright, so next in our list, we have, nasabi ni sir, Marapait. I remember when I was a kid, the President ni Dr. Colin, di baon-baon na kami apan alam ni Marapait di Bantay. Why? Tayo po na sa media blackboard at sa floor ano? Ay, paiso.
Win.
Paiso, inahamit na ba amin di?
Win.
Yes, but whenever people come here in Baguio, it's always a sunflower, pine tree, and these things, di ba? That considers as the Malapay is really from Baguio. This is not the other family of the sunflower. So this is the common Malapait. Nagtugtugo, hindi backyard tayo, hindi igit kagarayan, ay banbantay ni Baguio City. Ano ba iba't ibang tigwa si Malapait din Baguio? Ada ba yung mula? Okay, so very significant. So as you can see, we have 3 significance for the Malapait. It has medicinal, scientific, it's very good for fertilizer. I remember when I was in Baguio State University, we used to chop up this Malapait and put it in our plants. So, do we consider Malapait as a cultural heritage for Baguio?
Yes.
So, how do we rate it? How high?
5.
So, raise your hand if it is 5. Alright, thank you very much, everyone. Alright, so next on our list, it's called the Mighty Everlasting. Sino pa nakakaalala ng Everlasting? Sino ba po?
Graduate.
Yung mga yung mga heritage. Alright, so I remember when I was a kid, ganitong ginagawa namin sa Everlasting. Kung kunada rin, silabs nila. Mataunan ka ito mga kapagat, silabs kinataluti, etos na di Everlasting. So, Everlasting right now, do we still see Everlasting in the whole of Baguio? Or some parts of Baguio? Sino po sa inyo ang nagtatanim ng Everlasting? Raise your hand. Oh, sino Father? So actually, yes, we still have a lot of Everlasting. When you go to Mirador Jesuit Villa, there's a lot of Everlasting there. And some parts of Luwakan and Happy Hollow. So madami pa po. So ito po sana ang dapat i-plant natin. And also, you should teach the young ones what is everlasting. Because ang nakakaalam lang ng everlasting is mga... Yes, sir.
Ano yun? Nawawala na raw.
Nawawala na. Okay, ma'am, bakit pa nawawala?
Sir, nung kami ay nag-graduate and rewarded as honor students, yan po ang garland na binibigay sa amin, Makati. Yun pala ay isang heritage pala ng Baguio.
Yes.
Pero nawawala na, hindi na masyado nakikita sa mga gardens.
Right now, hindi na natin mass produce everlasting. Unlike before, there used to be a lot of farmers who used to plant the everlasting plant. And then every graduation, tama yan, ma'am. We used to plant, pagkata pa yun, pagkata namin yung dinanang mo kanyak. Nata. No, still use it because it's a heritage. Yes, that is alright, so, moms and sirs, how do we rate our everlasting plant? 5. Alright, who will say 5? Does everybody say 5? Alright, thank you very much. Alright, so next on our list. Ito'y. Hindi ka no
Sayot.
hindi ka no ulang mga pa-high blood. May paiso? Sir, sabi ni Sir Ten. Diba? Very, very, very cultural heritage ang sayote or sayote. So it has a lot of significance. You can see there in 4. So many uses ang sayote. Hindi ka ibagparsak tayo lang kami, nulit ibagyo ba't ibagparsak tayo lang di sayote tayo na niya. Takinatado na. Historically, when Mount Pinatubo erupted, the farmers here in Benguet and Baguio, they were the ones who produced like 250 tons and gave it to the victims of the Mount Pinatubo. So very historical yung mga natin yung plant ng sayote natin. So, no sayote everyday, mahiblag kayo ka no? So no sayote everyday, plus pinigpigan ka na tag. Makalit, mahiblag kayo siguro. Alright, so how do we rate our sayote? As a plan?
5.
10, 5, 1. 10. Alright. Well noted, ma'am. Okay, we put 10 on our score. Thank you. Alright, so now, ito naman yung sinasabi ni Sir na very, very...
Pechay.
Tignan natin kung sa atin ba to or hindi.
Pechay.
Alright.
Strawberry ID ko.
So like in boundaries, so we talk about strawberry. So as you can see there, it has 5 significance. Bakit very significant is strawberry? Alright, so we have here our key informants. I think you all know this. Strawberry before was planted in the Quezon Valley. If you're in Quezon Valley, all over Quezon Valley they planted the strawberry. Wala pa sa even in Camp 7, yes, that's right, ma'am. We went in Camp 7, not only kasi Camp 7 was also a rice there it is with the strawberry fields. So Do we take strawberry as our cultural heritage in Flora? So how do we rate it? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so can we say 5 for all? Really? Alright, thank you very much everybody. So strawberry is ours. Ah, yes sir.
Father Mariana, Director of Jesuit Villa, and also, by the way, a trustee of the National Museum and the historical consultant. As far as I know, strawberry, as we have it today, introduction Americano. But we have a wide variety of it. The scale amount, I used to see them in Baghdad, maliit lang sila. Maybe it's not been documented.
Yes, we have.
Because that's really indigenous to this place.
Yes ma'am.
Good morning po sa lahat. I'm Dora from UP Baguio and I'm a botanist. I would just want to make a comment on the previous pictures and plants. Kasi from my perspective as a botanist, most of these those presented and are being posed as heritage plants are introduced ones. So maybe for me, maybe we can have a clearer definition of what heritage plants is. Because, like for example, the everlasting, that is an introduced species. Same holds true with the strawberry. Some of these are also introduced by the Japanese. And the sunflower is also an introduced one, but it has already been indigenized because through the years it has adapted to the environment of Baguio. And the other one, well, maybe I want to see first all the pictures, and then maybe I can make a recommendation later. Thank you.
Yes, yeah, sorry, I didn't know we can already make comments, but we can. Okay, I have a comment on slide number 1, Baguio. Kayo pala ang nagpapalaganap ng wrong pronunciation. Kasi if you look at how you wrote it, and I think it's correct, it's B-A-G-I-W, there is no hyphen. But we keep hearing Ibag-iw. Where is that coming from?
Sir.
Yeah, so...
Sir, yung the one if I said a while ago, if you say Ibag-iw, is like people from Baguio, not Ibag-iw na yung Baguio.
Yeah, but the Baguio, I don't think any Ibaloy will say Baguio. It's just Baguio. Yeah, Baguio. And I suspect the spelling B-A-G-U-I-O is really to be read Baguio. It is not Baguio. So I don't know where it's coming from. Sorry.
Okay, well noted, sir. Don't worry, we have our Ibaloy elders here, and then we already consulted them.
Sige. Sagutin ko yung ano ni Prof. Dora. Ma'am Dora, tama ka, no? Kasi minsan yung tanong din, are we focusing on, when you say heritage, how far is heritage, no? For the concept here, we can also introduce species, no? But which as long as it's part already of the history, the memory of people. However, siguro hindi pa kasi tapos yung ibang mga endemic plants. Hintayin natin yung iba. Meron dyan mamaya anggad, yung mga ginagamit na bangaw, andyan mamaya. There are actually around 60 and we do welcome that. Tapos yung naman ni Sir Jimmy, ito yung siguro kailangan ng tulong, no? Kasi yung orthography nito. Kaya nga, pinipresent natin ito. Kasi yung time nito, wala namang time na i-present ito sa lahat. So, if you think may mga mali sa orthographies, of course, we are more than willing na. Kasi marami pang iba items dito. Baka merong mga, and it's good that we correct that. Para to check this as also the Baguio. So, in terms also the pronunciations. It's very much. Thank you.
Alright, so thank you very much for all your comments. They're well noted. And later we're going to, of course, approach you for the recommendations. And if ever you want to see the write-up, we have the write-up over here. And we're going to provide you a copy and you can see for yourself. Thank you. Alright, so next on our list, is the well-known kamote or the sweet potato. Alright, or dokto. Ibalugi. So how do we pronounce dokto or dokto? Alright, so we can say the right pronunciation and then we can put it down later on our form. Alright, so here we have three significance for the sweet potato or the kamote. And we know that kamote before, wala pa yung rice, is ito na yung kinakain natin dito sa Baguio. So tama ba? Yes or no? Yes. Alright, so is this a cultural heritage flora of Baguio City? Yes. So how do we rate it? 5, 4, 3, or 1? Alright, so who says 5? Raise your hand. The others who didn't raise your hand, what's your score? 6. Alright, so once again, raise your hand if it's 5. Alright, thank you very much everybody. We'll click on and it will be 5. Alright, so next on our list is yung problema ng tatay ko. Masakit sa... Ay, sakit mo. Alright, so if you eat too much. Alright, so we have here chili or the chili pepper. So we have 5 significance for this one. So most of the people of Baguio, I think, will find or magbiro kayo tisili, dumakan kayo ang paiso? Yes. Ay. Hanya na imas no, mangan, awan tisili hanya na imas. Kailangan ti a little bit of kick. So no, may mas de appetite at no mga ganyan yung appetite tayo mamangan. So we have here our sili. So how do we rate our sili? 5, 4, 3, or 1? How who can say 1? Yes, sir. We have 1 there. 2, 3, 4, and 5. How do we say 5? Awin back 5? Alright, so don't worry, we're going to average it. So we have 1 to 5 on our list. Thank you very much, everybody. So, next on our list, ipangbabaot ni nanang ko di ubot ko. Alright, so this one, we know that we have a lot of varieties of bamboo here in Baguio City. So we're just presenting you this. May nakalagay din et al. So actually, there's a lot of bamboo varieties here in the city of Baguio. So we're going to take most commonly yung mga malalaking bamboo, yung giant bamboos natin. So we can say that there's still a lot of giant bamboos here in Baguio City. We have here Cam 7, Happy Hollow, Isad Valley, Dizon, and Peanut we still have, and most of it meron pa rin dito sa Baguio. So madami pong uses ng bamboo, no? Hindi lang pamalo ni teacher o ni mami. So we use it in a lot of things. So dito sa Baguio ba, we take it as a cultural heritage flora? Yes or no? Yes. So how do we rate it? 5 or 1?
3.
So does everybody say 5?
3.
Who says it's 3? Oh, mayroon si Sir, 3. Bakit 3, Sir?
Hindi po ka-level ng pine tree. Nire-rate ko po na 3 na dahil feel ko hindi ka-level ng pine tree.
Alright, so hindi daw ka-level ng pine tree in Sir's perspective. How about Sir?
Bambusa vulgaris is common throughout the Philippines. It's not distinctively Baguio. So, that's why tama yung agree yan, hindi siya pwedeng pantay sa tayo.
Alright, so thank you very much. So how do we rate our giant bamboos na mga to? So 5, 4, 3, or 1? Who says 5? Who says 4? Who says 3? And 2? And 1. Alright, so the majority says it's 3. So well noted everybody, thank you very much. Well noted, it's 3 on our list. Alright, so next on our list will be... Sino naglalaro dito nung bata pa kayo? Anong laro dito nung bata pa kayo?
Kanon pa yan?
Bubbles. So, ang ginagawa natin, pinocollect yung flowers and then dinitik-tik And then we add water and a little bit of soap. And it's going to create bubbles mas kondo para hindi na magpapak ulit yung bubbles. So here in the city of Baguio, madami pa rin gumamela. Pero madaming varieties. Pero ito yung pinaka-common. Tama ba? Yes, sa Burnham, we have a lot of gumamela. Here in the CBD, marami pa rin gumamela. We use this as a fence actually, or borderline sa mga bahay natin. Alright, so how do we rate gumamela as a cultural heritage? Who says 5? Who says 4? Alright, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5. Alright, sir says 1. Alright, so let's see, sir, by the perspective of sir.
And even the things that we say, ginagamit ng mga bata, every little child, I come from Filipino, we do the same thing. Again, parang wala siyang distinctive na bagay with the second thing, I remember looking for. So if you say pine is number 5, hindi na magiging magandang standard. Distinctive ba talaga siya? Yeah, even the social groups, every little data.
Yes, thank you very much, sir, for the comment. Well noted, sir.
Sige, Father, para i-clarify ko kasi hindi naman tayo nag-workshop ng hirap. Yung valuation of the 54321 is not something to do with because it's really iconic or distinct only found in Baguio, but rather the significance. When you see significance, as said by Abby, that means, kung kanina, if you do back to Kawayan, for example, there are only 5 kinds of significance, but all the significances are there. So that means that even if it's common throughout the Philippines, but because it's used in rituals, it's used of everyday life, all the more you have to protect. Parang ang Father Rene, so even in Iloilo we did mapping, Kawayan is included because it's very proverbial, but it's so common, yet it's part of the heritage. So in the whole concept of the UNESCO and the NCSA mapping, we include even the most common item. Otherwise, if we miss out other common items, baka nobody would protect it and it would just be on the side. So that's included in the frame. So ang ating mga kapatid, ang valuation para mabilis din tayo, ito usually pinakamabagal because we're still getting a hang of it. 5 means that if you look at all the significance, if it's all there, that means wow, that means that it's really the life of the people. But when you begin to see that it's only 1 in terms of significance, but let's say it's so historical that even if there are no other significances, it could merit a 5. But you merit only a 2 or 1 if it's dubious. For example, there's a question that it's not our heritage at all. Or highly introduced, yung sasabi ni Ma'am Dora, but only just recently introduced. Or maybe there's a question that these are only urban legends, it might not merit that it should be part of our book. That's when we score a 2 or a 1. So we do encourage you to validate even the most common of all items because as part of the planning. Because if you, for example, Gumamela is part of the childhood memories, that means we can ask the city government that part of the botanical garden should have Gumamela plant as part of its collection. Because the most common can also be the most vulnerable.
Alright, thank you, sir. Alright, so how do we rate Gumamela again? 5? Who says 5? Alright, so thank you very much. We have 5 on the Gumamela. So next on our list is, what's this? Bayabas. Most commonly known as Bayabas. Kumalang Bayabas. Also, we use this for pansiit. Yes, we also use this as firewood. And for as you can see there, it has almost all the significance. Very highly significant ang Bayabas sa Baguio City. Tama ba? Yes. No, minsan ilako tayo ni Bayabas, pupudan tayo, usaran tayo, ikibaray tayo, naay-ayam, pampuso, mausar ng pampuso, mapansiit, dahil natin ko tayo mausar ti Bayabas. Pangpatumpay, they stick na, they prefer Bayabas, the wood of Bayabas than other kinds of woods to use in having the patong. So, how do we rate our Bayabas here in Baguio City? Who says 5? Alright. So, okay, let's take that note. 5 ang ating bayabas. Yes, ma'am.
And also, if this term, I would like to register this. Kasi if, I believe na significant ang bayabas, but I think we have to, there's a need to specify the variety that's really significant value, like that Bolonela. So, we have to specify that variety that you should, I believe that is really significant value, common value. But the other varieties are not. But you have mentioned it, generally Bolonela, and there are a lot of varieties. So there's a need to really specify a specific variety, which is really common in Baguio. Just like the bayabas, there are a lot of variety of bayabas. And the significant are the native bayabas in Baguio, the big ones.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for that. It's well noted. There's an experience when we went to Happy Halo kasi. And when we say kasi native, and when we say native, it means a lot of things. If you go to another one sitio, ang native ba? So, native ba to sa Baguio or native lang in one part of Baguio? And the word native itself, it connotates na, like if we say native na dog, ano ba talaga yung native na dog? So we try to find out yung pinaka-native na dog. So, yes ma'am, don't worry, well noted. We are, it is on our forum naman, yung specific variety. So if you want to know, we're going to give you a copy on that. Alright, so let's try to move forward to our tungsoy, or water trace of tungsoy. Alright, so daytoy, naimas nga NILT, pinagpikan naman tayo. So, there's a lot of significance for tungsoy. So, as you can see there, we have 5 significance of the tungsoy. This, as you can see in the picture, this was taken in green water. Sa green water po ito. So, this one, may tungsoy farm pa dun sa green water. Kung pinuntahan pa ng mga pers natin, doon sa pinakababa. May kahit pa sila to just get this one. So wala, if you can see here in Baguio, pakonte yung mga farms natin for the tungsoy because of the water. Kasi, so that's why in the green water we still have. Alright, so in tungsoy, does everybody agree that it is a cultural heritage of Baguio? How do we rate it? 5? Say 5? Does everybody say 5? Yes or no? Alright, thank you everyone. Alright, so next on the list. Okay, so I know madami na namang comment dito sa. Alright, let's say Baguio beans, or commonly known as the green beans here in Baguio. Pag tumataas yung mga visitors natin, they always go get Baguio beans. Why did they say always say Baguio beans? So very iconic. That when you come to Baguio, you should have some Baguio beans na grown. Yes, sir. Tama. And sayote. Alright, so we have there 5 significance for Baguio beans. Yes, sir?
So, you identified Baguio beans because you found them in gardens inside Baguio?
Yes, sir.
Because you would like to claim them as Benguet beans. Yeah. So, because they're sold at the Baguio market, but they come outside of Baguio. But if you plant them in Baguio gardens, then I agree that you can call it Baguio beans.
Yes, sir. There's still a lot of Baguio beans planted in Baguio.
Dahil kay Garden ni Lula, anak na nagbiyak ng mga tibis.
And thank you very much, sir.
Maganda nga yung point. By the way, yung pinapakita dito, the test here for the NCC is that the plant should be in the habitat, which is Baguio. Otherwise, if it's just imagined, that should be excluded. So, ganun din yung question ko, Sir JB. Really, you saw, yes, it's planted in Happy Hollows and other areas where there is still lots available. You'd be surprised that there are still, like even nanuwang madamdaman, damay pa.
so how...
Yung iba pong names, ganito po sa form, nakalagay doon yung the most common name for Baguio residents, so Baguio Beans. But for the other names, that's when you put the other names also. So you can put it for the record that it can also be Compegget Beans and other, even the more technical, the English, correct English term. But in the first name, it should be what locals see it.
Alright, so thank you very much, sir, for that comment. So, any more comments from our validators? We want to hear from you. So don't be shy. Just raise your hand and Sir Gab will come. Alright, so how to rate our beans or our baggy beans? Jose is 5. Raise your hands. Jose is 1. 1. Alright, Madam Sir, well noted, sir. So, majority will take it as 5. Alright, so now, ito na yung medyo crucial naman natin. So, next on the list is, correct me if I'm wrong, how do you say, bangaw? 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 Alright, so, very historical ang bangaw natin. So, evaluation categorized, use it as a traditional therapeutic medicine. And amoy di agilang lako di sidewalk tayo hindi, pagay babatot. Yes, agilang lako dati ko na ngayon anting-anting. I don't know if it's still allowed. And then bungaw is one of them. So the dry roots of the can't eat the chance. And then kapit ka na ipin, no di ko ay kapang panganak na baby. Isudayta diyan. So does everybody know bungaw? Sino dyan kinamot ibang now? Erase your hand. Alright, so yes, because the mom is something know it. So, how to relate Bungaw as a cultural heritage flora in Baguio City? So, do we say it's 5? Because it has